Well, today is a monumentous day. Today is day one of the Supreme Court case for Obamacare and determining whether it is constitutional um, for the government. And for a lot of us, this is kind of common sense, I think. But for the government to um, require that every individual buy health insurance. Now, I want to read you, in case when it comes to this individual mandate, I want to read you a portion of this so that way kind of you understand that this is not something that you are going to be able to. This is not something that may affect you. This is something that will affect you. And I think it's time for people to take this seriously. And as conservatives and as activists, this is something that we need to be fighting tooth and nail, devoting our time to. Um, as Dwight D. Eisenhower said, politics should be every man's part-time job. And these are the issues that make that statement so true. Let me read you this. Under Section 1501, individuals will be assessed a monetary penalty if they do not purchase a health insurance plan that meets the federal definition of minimum essential benefits. In Section 1501A, the healthcare is inextricably connected with interstate commerce, and this is where the libs decide that they've made this is where they've decided they've made a constitutional argument for it. And the problem with this is that they've made this as let me find that quote for you. As law professor Jonathan Turley has written, there is a legitimate concern for many that this mandate constitutes the greatest challenge to states' rights in in U.S. history. With this legislation, Congress has effectively defined an uninsured 18-year-old man in Richmond as an interstate problem, like a pollution factory. It is an assertion of federal power that is inherently at odds with the original version of the framers. And so there, Jonathan Truly of the George Washington University Law School makes it very clear that what we are deciding in this Supreme Court case and what Congress is trying to push for or has pushed for and making this full implementation of Obamacare in 2014, they have turned individuals, into individual problems, just like he said here. Now listen to what he says. Okay. The problem here is that the CBO. This is not going to solve the uninsured problem. Is where I'm getting at. This is not going to solve it because the CBO has also estimated that in 10 years there will still be 23 million people that are uninsured. They're still uninsured even though the individual mandate will be law. Here's why. When the individual mandate kicks in and you and I have to buy this insurance that the government is selling, the premiums will be so high and so heavy that it will actually be more responsible for the individual on a budget on their budget to take the light penalties that will come with not buying it. Now they do this at risk of themselves. They're putting individuals in a position where it's harmful to themselves, because if they get sick and things like that, it's all, you know, it, oh well. Um, but the point that I'm trying to make is that this is not going to solve the uninsured problem. And I know that's supposedly the motivation for why they passed this bill anyway, but it's not going to solve it. There's going to be so much incentive out there, because of the high rates and the taxes and everything like that. There's going to be a huge incentive for people to um, go ahead and just pay the penalties. So this is day one. This is day one, and I want to talk to you about, just briefly, what day one is about. Day one. Let me find my outline here. Day one is about that the justice is deciding on the Anti-Injunction Act, and this will prohibit states and other parties from challenging the individual mandate, because what they look at it as a tax. And if this tax has already been when this tax if this tax has already been implemented, which I would say a lot of taxes from Obamacare have already been implemented, therefore we can proceed with this. Or if it's not a tax, or if these taxes are not really, this is not really a tax, so it can't go on until 2015. And that's what today is all about. And the importance of this, I mean, it's all over C-SPAN. It's all over think tanks and things like that. But the importance of today is that the whole 3 days of 6 hours of arguments rest on what the justices decide today. So I really encourage all of you to really focus on getting with your congressman, writing your congressman, calling your congressman, and really put your foot down on your tolerance level for Obamacare. And you need to vote. You need to vote your conservative values: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, limited government, a restoration of federalism. These are the things that we need to vote on in 2012. Because this president, this Congress, is going to play a vital role in turning all of this over and freeing us up once again to look after our own health. That's all for today. Join me on my radio show in about 30 minutes. Thank you.